Hey folks, Long here with Cowboy Boots, Hats, and Western Life Enthusiast. So today we got a brand new boot review for y'all. Now this video is brought to you by Carter's Boots and Repair. Carter's Boots and Repair is an online retailer based out of Montana, and they sell a lot of cowboy boots from brands such as Honda Boots, Anderson Bean, Macy Bean, Horsepower, and their own brand of cowboy boots, Carter's Boots. They've also just recently added to the list Finola Boots and Blackjack. So they also, besides that, have a full service repair shop. So let's say that you guys have a cobbler near you that just doesn't specialize in cowboy boots and you just don't really trust him with your cowboy boots. Well, that's not a problem at all. You can send him to the kind folks at Carter's Boots and Repair, and before you know it, your boots will be back looking like brand spanking new. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out these boots. Now today for the review we have the Horsepower Top Hand Collection, and specifically these are the Waxy Commanders. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright y'all, so here it is, Horsepower Top Hand Collection. This is the box, really nice, simple, and it basically has right here the model number and name. So model number is going to be 9501, and this is the Commander Waxy Snuff. Now, my purpose for these boots is to have an extra pair of riding boots and also an everyday wearing boot. You know, I'm looking to add more of these comfortable cutter toes to my collection, and these fit the bill, so that's why they are here. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this box. Alright, they're going to be wrapped around in plastic. Okay, these are really nice looking, folks. So inside you're going to have your shaft shaper, really nice looking shaft shaper right here, and inside of that you're also going to have your vamp shaper, shaft shaper and vamp shaper again. Now, like I said, these are very nice looking, say Top Hand Collection, and I always recommend y'all to keep these, and it still holds true today. I'm telling y'all, these are very important to keep. They're like that blue pill in Grandpa's medicine cabinet, except that it's for your boots and you don't need a prescription for them. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these boots. So we put this on the side. There we go. Alright, so here they are, Waxy Snuff Commanders. Now, let's go ahead and start with the heel of the boot, as we always do, or the sole. So you got a nice leather sole, and now Horsepower is a brand of Mercedes, Mercedes. So basically they do a lot of the same thing. Their toe shapes are going to be the same. That's pretty similar, and they're going to have some of the same technology. So basically they got the leather with that inlay of rubber that y'all see right here, which I think that is genius. It just saves your boots. Really nice. And also, you know, if you're riding some horseback, it'll definitely help keep your foot on the stirrup, and that's right about where I keep my boot when I'm riding too. So then you got the rest of it is going to be leather surface, and you're going to see that Top Hand Collection right here. And you got one row of lemon wood pegs and one row of brass nails, as y'all can see, so you get the best of both, which is something I really do love. Now, you got a shank here, and definitely a nice stacked leather heel. Now, I love this kind of cowboy heel that is about 1 3/4 inches, if I ain't mistaken. It's a riding heel. Just perfectly elevated. You could almost say it's a walking heel, but definitely really nice. And then you got the rubber cap right here nail down, as y'all could see. Very nice, very strong. You know, some of these rubber caps are pretty soft on some other boots. These are really nice and hard, and I can definitely appreciate that because I wear mine out really quick, and if they're too soft, you're just going to wear them out faster. All right, now moving on, you got a single stitch Goodyear welt right here. So as y'all can see, very traditionally made. Single stitch welt. This is wide stitching. Now this is more of a natural finish right here on the welt and on the heel, but on the top of the welt, you actually got like a darker kind of finish right here, and then you got the white stitching over it, which looks really nice. Now, I'm not always the biggest fan of white stitching, but being that this is going to be a work boot, I'm sure it's going to get dirtied up so fast that it's going to end up looking gray, and that's just going to fit in real nice with the boot. Okay, now going on to the vamp. Now you got a cutter toe, a really nice punchy cutter toe. Now these boots are really comfortable, and I know that because I already have a pair of horsepower, and I know these are going to fit exactly the same because it's the same toe shape. Okay, so they're really nice, punchy, and they're just a little bit wider than some of the other 7 toes that you could see out there. So definitely it's going to be really nice and comfortable all day. And then here you got a toe bug, and it's really hard to see because of that waxy surface right here, so it kind of blends in, but it looks really nice. Almost hard to see even looking at it as close as I am. Now initially I thought this was going to be like a full grain leather with some kind of wax on there, and I thought that it was going to give it kind of like a nubuck look, but realistically what this is this is a Roughout, and basically they put like some wax on there, like the ones you would put on your wax jacket, and kind of just helps it look really nice and kind of give it that nice patina. And also, you know, you could probably scratch it up. You could see some of the scratches, and always looks good. So really, you can't mess this up. So this is a perfect working boot, or a boot that you want to look like that. Actually, very nice looking everyday boot. You could probably tear this up something fierce. Now going on to the counter, it's going to share the same waxy leather. It's kind of a little bit more pronounced because of the fact that it's in the back and it's on that hard surface. Now the counter is very nice and hard, very strong. So I've seen some counters being pretty weak, but like I said, horsepower, Anderson beam to me has never been unsatisfactory in that aspect. The strongest that I've ever felt is Olathe. This is nowhere near as strong as those Olathe rough stocks, but still pretty darn strong. Okay, so you're going to get plenty of good support on here. Also, by the way, talk about the heel again. I forgot, it's got a nice little spur shelf, and I do appreciate that because I do wear spurs. Now, you don't need a spur shelf to wear spurs, but definitely when you do have a little one like this, a little spur shelf, it definitely feels a little bit more secured on there. Not that I've had any problems with any of my spurs like slipping on other boots, but realistically with this, it really does help. And if you're not wearing spurs or you're not cowboying or whatever, well, kind of looks like that Dodge Charger, you know, big old spoiler. Nah, it doesn't look like that, but it looks nice. Okay, so now you got the shaft. This is a 13-inch shaft, really nice looking. The stitching here, very nice. The red looks really good. It's like kind of like a blood red, and the stitching colors are white, blue, orange, turquoise, and white again. So just in case y'all can't see, I'm going to tell you. And it's got this nice white piping all across, and then you got this pull tabs. Now, from what I understand, the shaft is actually made out of goat skin on the outer part. Now, I'm not sure if that's the same case on the inner part, but if it's not, then it's definitely cowhide on the inside. And the seams here are really nice. They're built just like my other horsepowers, which is very good. Very comfortable all day. Never had an issue. Now, For the insole, you have a removable foam insole, which I don't use, but here it is. This is their foam insole. Now, for me personally, this is what I do with them because I don't need them. If you are a person that likes to wear those insoles, that's great. I'm sure they work really well for me. I like the hard leather, and that is great because they do have the hard leather insoles, as y'all could see, and it's all the way through. So it's just a thin piece of leather that goes all the way through, which is very nice and comfortable for me. The only thing with horsepowers is when I do actually wear these boots in my size with the leather insole, pretty much I just have to wear a thicker socks, which I'll show you guys later on. But they fit really nice and comfortable, just like that. All right, so this is the boot. Now let's go ahead and try these on. Alright, so I have my Horsepower Waxy Commanders, and I have my thick red head socks, and I'm ready to try these on. Like I said, I took off the removable insole, as I did with my other Horsepowers that look exactly the same, and I'm pretty confident they're going to fit exactly the same. So that's why I'm wearing them the same way. Let's go ahead and put these on. Perfect pop. Feels nice and comfortable. Gotta say, they feel exactly the same as my other Horsepower. Very consistent. Let's get that stack perfect. Alright. They are so nice and comfortable, and they look so good. Check this out, folks. Side profile looks great. Front profile looks awesome. Let's check out the top. Oh yeah. And then the other side profile. These are Cowboy right here. And this is the back right there. Now, they are so comfortable. They feel like they're broken in. They don't feel any different than when I put on my other Horsepowers that I've been wearing for months now. And I feel confident in actually just going to work with them tomorrow, like they're broken in. I know I'm going to spend a good 10 to 11 hours outside with these, and I feel confident that they're going to be comfortable for the length of the time. But for now, let's go ahead and do this extended review. Alright, y'all, so here's my verdict on these horsepower waxy commander boots. Now, I'm sure they look different than they did a few minutes ago or in the first portion of this video. And the reason being is that I've been on a heck of an extended test. It's actually been 2 months in the making that I've been testing these boots out and seeing how they do in some of the worst conditions. So pretty much, as y'all seen in the extended test, I've put these boots through the test. That's why they look like that now, and they don't look nice and pretty and as they did before. But that's how I like my boots to be. Heck, they're cowboy boots. They're supposed to look like that. And if your boots don't look like that and you're cowboying, like Dale Brisby would say, you ain't a cowboy. So these are, first of all, extremely comfortable. And that's one of the first things you want in a cowboy boot, for it to be comfortable, especially one that you're going to be spending 10, 12, 13 hours a day in, or, that you're going to be on the saddle with. And they're comfortable on and off the saddle. And one of the reasons why these boots are so comfortable on the saddle is that not only do they fit great, but they got that little rubber inlay. And that really does help to grip. Now, my stirrups do have a piece of leather on it. My new aluminum ones do too. And these boots really grip awesome. Now, I've put these boots through the test. I've been on countless horse rides through the trails, worked a couple rodeos with it, one in a buck and shoot, and one where I was on horseback the whole time, as y'all seen in the extended test. And these boots really did do great. They went and did everything. Now, they are the waxy commanders, which, like I said, basically it's a Roughout with the wax thing on there. Now, you don't really see much of the wax anymore. Kind of wore that out, and now they just kind of look like a typical Roughout. That TK toe just looks awesome. I mean, that is punchy, when you actually wear those, they do look cowboy on the horse and everything. So that is a really nice thing to see. So it's one of the best looking cowboy boots you could get for that price, in my opinion. Now, like I said, they do have the leather sole with the rubber inlay right here. And I've been walking on these. Now, I haven't just been riding. I've been walking on these as well. And I tend to rub out the corners of the heel cap. In this case, I haven't really done that at all. In 2 months, actually, they're still pretty nice and sound, those heel caps. And another thing that could actually be shown for the quality of these boots is that a lot of the time with leather soles, you're going to have a lot of bend, especially if you walk through water. Now, I've walked through quite a bit of water with these, and mucked out stalls and everything. And it's normal that the leather is going to kind of slightly bend in certain places. That's going to happen. But along with that, you're going to have these lemon wood pegs and these brass nails kind of start coming out, because what happens is the leather expands, the lemon wood pegs expand, and then you're going to see some of them, they're just going to work themselves out. Now, that doesn't mean that your boot is going to be bad or is going to come apart. No. All that means is that you lost a lemon wood peg, and you could always just slap another one on. But in this case, all the lemon wood pegs on both boots are still intact, along with the brass nails, and on the heel caps as well. So everything stayed on together very well. Now, horsepower is a boot that Rios of Mercedes sells at its lowest price point. Now, these are the top hand, which is the best of the lowest price from Rios of Mercedes, but they are a different brand now. The difference is that they're made in Mexico as opposed to in Mercedes, Texas, like the Anderson Beans and like the Rios Mercedes and the Olathe. But in this case, I could say that they're built within the same standard and quality. There's not much difference between these and another pair of Anderson Bean. They fit really good. They're really comfortable, and they just work, you know. And I'm expecting these boots to last for a long time. I mean, of course, I do have a lot of boots, and I do switch out through, but these are really nice and tough. Now, like I said, with time and me actually putting a lot through it, yes, at first the waxy material, the waxy content on the Roughout kind of made everything slip off like water and all that. But in this case, it kind of went away. But they're still really nice and water resistant. That's why Roughout is one of my favorite. I do love how they patina. And in this case, they did patina quite a bit because obviously when I'm riding, I do wear spurs. Now, how did they do with the spurs? Well, you can see the marking right here from the spur straps, which is normal. It's fine. I kind of like the look of that too. And also, you got some spur marks right here on the side of the shelf and right there on the actual leather itself on the counter. Now, reason being is, of course, with the Roughout, you're always going to have that metal from the spurs kind of rubbing up on there and making an indentation in the Roughout, kind of laying those flakes flat. But in this case also, you got the metal part that went and rubbed out on the spur shelf. Now, this is not the most pronounced spur shelf. That's why I have my spurs set pretty wide for some wider spur shelves like my Fenolios, which are very similar boots to this, and my Nakonas, and even my Hondo boots that have some really deep spur shelves. But with these, they sat there and they did not move. So with that being said, I would not worry about it because I didn't feel like I had to worry about it, and I've never lost my spur or it come down. Spurs will really usually, you know, hang on there pretty good no matter what. The quality is nice, the build, the leather, the comfort, material, everything is really awesome. And, you know, you could buy more expensive boots, but I feel like these boots are great value. And if you're going to be working in some boots, well, those are definitely not a bad option to do it in. And I think, yeah, you could buy one pair of really expensive custom-made work boots, but realistically, with that money, you could actually buy a few pairs of these, and you'll have boots for just as long. I feel you could always have these resoled and redone, and they'll be good to go again. I mean, the quality is great. You can't really get much better of a boot, especially for the money that horsepower is charging on these. Now, talking about value, y'all need to know how much they cost. Well, these boots are coming in at $218. Okay, but $218 is what other folks pay. Y'all don't pay that price because by watching this video and also clicking the subscribe button, you guys have just officially been members of the Cowboy Boots Hats and Western Life Enthusiast family. So y'all ain't gonna pay that price. That's for other people. Y'all leave that to them. You guys get 10% off, okay, at cartersboots.com using my promo code listed right there. All right, so for that price, which is going to be now under $200, I definitely recommend that y'all go out and buy these boots. Even if y'all are going to just use these boots as a kicking around boot and everything, they still look great. Punchy toe, that's what cowboy boots look like. I mean, that's about as cowboy as it gets right there. So if y'all want to go out and buy a really nice pair of Roughout boots, Waxy Commanders is really one of those that you guys must get your hands on. Really love the color, really love how they aged and kind of patinaed, and you can't go wrong with it. Well, I hope y'all liked this video. If you did, hit like and subscribe to the channel so y'all can get that 10% off, but y'all will get it anyway as long as you use the promo code on cartersboots.com. If you have any comment, leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.